Hello everyone, it's me, Tech Weasel, and I'm here for a special video. So, I had a special request. Someone going by the YouTube name Crazy Lyrics posted a comment asking if I could make a certain video, power-ups that fell from the sky and disappeared after a certain amount of time. This happens to be actually a script I have used many times, and so I'm going to give that person that video. Only problem is it would be a really long two-parter to go through all the different steps. So what did I decide? Basically, you have to have seen my power-up video, because I don't want to go through because the video would be much too long, in my opinion, if I had power-ups and raining. So then it would be a two-parter. And I already have one part practically, so go and watch the power-up video to make these 3 power-ups. Watching other videos can show you how to expand and make even more. And once you've got those power-ups, you are good to go and make them fall from the sky. Let's get straight to it. This is a complicated subject, so I can't just keep talking forever. We need to jump into scripting. First thing we need to do is basically get whatever we need to fall. Now we could just grab one of our power-ups now, or I could do what I normally do and overcomplicate things by starting with something a bit simpler. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a sphere. I'm going to make sure this sphere can collide and is not anchored. I'm going to make it pretty darn small. I'm going to name it something other than part, like rain. I'll make it fit its name by making it blue. This rain's gonna really mess up the player, unfortunately. Anyway, so we're going to put rain in something new that we've never used before. Server storage. Server storage is not physical. It's not in the Explorer, but it can be cloned by scripts to be put in the Explorer. So, then in server script service, we need to put a, script. Not a module script, just a script. And that's where we're going to start scripting our dropper thingy. First, we need to create a variable that basically is our falling object. So we're going to write local to start making a variable. We're going to name it dropper. We're going to make that game. Game is not the workspace. It's not any of these different things. It's basically the entire Explorer, everything in it, even the workspace, all of that. Sorry, I cut the video, so I'm actually a bit ahead of you guys. So, here, I'm caught up with you guys. Okay, next we're going to write get service. So basically, we're looking through the game, all this area. And then we're going to write server storage. So we're looking into our server storage, go down a line, write dot, rain, or whatever the name of your block is. You're going to have to change that to the name of your power-up. Okay. So, that's done. Simple as that. Next we need debris, which is basically an object will disappear after a certain amount of time so the world doesn't get full of these falling, being created objects. So we're going to create another variable, local debris equals game get service. This time, debris. Okay. You're halfway done or so. We need a loop that keeps them creating, so write while one do. That means it's going to do it practically every 1 tick. Then we're going to write 1 wait, but with no number. This is basically just to make sure it doesn't overload. The wait's going to kind of make it reset. We need to clone this dropper rain part thing, so we're going to write local. We're creating another variable. This one's actually kind of more of a physical variable. It's an existing thing that's also a variable. Just like this one up here is an existing part, but it's also a variable. So we're going to write new dropper equals dropper clone. It's a new version of it, an exact replica. But there can be multiple, so this variable is always going to refer to the most recent clone of it. So now we need to make it appear randomly within a certain radius on the y and x scales. So we're going to make a new variable, local rand x, and we're going to make rand y, but that's next, equals math dot, oh, my camera gets in the way sometimes, random. And we're going to actually write negative 500, because remember, 0 is basically the middle of the world, comma 500. This might be a bit big. I don't know how big your world is. This might be a bit small. Copy the exact same code, but rand y. Z is the other variable. Math.random, so on. So actually change that to rand y. My mistake. It is y, it is x. Z is the height. Anyway. Where's that? Ugh, I don't even care at this point. It doesn't really matter. These are just names. So now we need to actually do something with all these variables. So new dropper dot position. Also note that if your thing is inside a model, or if you're dropping tools, you'll have to write dot handle or dot whatever before position, because only physical blocks have position. So write position okay, new dropper dot position equals vector3 dot new, and then write rand x 100, not 0, because we want these to start out high and kind of fall to the ground, so they don't just appear splat on the ground. Also, 0 would be in the ground, so it'd have to be a little higher anyway. And then rand y. Don't know if I did the y or the z right, but it really doesn't matter. It's just a name. Okay. So we're changing their position, but we also need to put them in the workspace. And for that, there's a simple little code. Write our new dropper again, and then dot parent equals workspace. Simple as that. Its parent is the workspace. Yay, you're not all done. Because did you forget about one little thing? Debris. So we added debris, and then we're all done with the scripting for the day, and we can add that to anything. So write debris, add item, then write our new dropper, comma, and then the amount of time we want these to last. Well, at the moment they're just tiny little pointless orbs, so 10 or 5 wouldn't be bad, but I'm going to set it to 15, because remember, we are going to make this in more important things in the future. Let's go test. So you're joining your game, and it's basically going to be raining. And, of course, we're going to change that to power-ups, because what fun is just little rain blobs. But there they are. They are appearing within a random radius anywhere. Isn't this awesome? It's raining. It's pouring. And they're kind of sticking like dew, I guess. Remember, this isn't... If you really want rain, watch this video with the, watch the particles video and just make it fall from the sky like that. But still, this is cool. These are actually physical objects. If they were a bit bigger, we could push them. But they're not. We can make it rain these speed tools if we want. But I'm going to make it rain these speed power-ups, which you'll remember give you a pretty good speed boost. And they can work on top of each other. So I'm going to tone down their speed boost amount and make it so there's a bunch of them. So collecting them, you can slowly get faster and faster and faster. You can also make it rain health power-ups, and at the very end, I'll show you what happens when we make it rain these power-ups. So what I've done is I've cloned this, I've made it smaller, I put it in server storage, and I made it so it only gives you 2 instead of 20, because there's going to be a lot of these, and it's going to get out of hand. The final thing to do is go into this script and change the name of rain to speed up. Now it'll rain our speed ups. Epic! You can see it's raining our speed ups, but not exactly perfectly. Because remember, I cloned them. So, well, remember, these are anchored, so let me go and change that. Oh, that's a funny sight, like stars. So I fixed 2 little glitches. One, I unanchored them so they can actually fall. 2, I made it so they, can collide because I don't want them going through the ground. You'll notice you saw a couple of them disappear already. They don't last forever. But as you can see, I walked over it, and I'm already looking a bit faster. If I use my speed tool, that will break this, but hey, this is just a small thing. I am not actually planning on making a game here. But look, it's like one of those speed-up simulators, except instead of walking, you collect these things. And you slowly get faster and faster, and my character is already looking pretty speedy. So that's not bad, is it? Now, you can make that happen with health power-ups, anything, even tools. Only thing about that is, remember, you can't make the tool fall, because the tool doesn't have position. When it comes to changing the position, you'll have to write not just the item's position, but the item.handle.position. Because remember, the handle is the actual physical part you hold. That's the only part with an actual position. The rest is just a non-physical thing that represents the handheld tool in your inventory. But you can do practically anything. I'm going to show you one more possible falling scenario that's very fun. I'm going to use this red tool over here. You might know what it does if you watch that video. I'm going to change how it looks a bit, and I'm going to make it fall. So you can make randomized scripts so it's not always raining or whatever. But that's not the point right now. The point is that using some fire, some new colors, some sizing, and some mild script changing, you can do some epic things. And I do mean epic! All this takes is a little bit of effects. Okay, maybe I should have set debris to not as high. Okay, I don't like these sitting here. 1 second, I'm gonna make... Okay, I could either make it so debris doesn't last very long, or I could change one thing, and that's make it so can collide is off so they go through the floor. But these are meteors, and you can change the rate of how they fall by changing that weight to make it so there's a bit more spacing between how they fall, or even changing that while 1 to make them... Or you can basically duplicate certain parts of the script, so every time 1 would spawn, 2 do. I have done that many times. Anyway, obviously, there's not enough of them falling because they haven't hit me. So I'll just show you what would have happened if 1 had. It would have disappeared, and I would have died, and... Oh my, they're going everywhere. This is like... pinball or something. Billiards? I don't know. Anyway. So, thank you for watching. Especially thanks to you, Crazy Lyrics, for suggesting the idea of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you can make chaos-filled things like this in your games. Like, subscribe, comment. I think this video proved that if you submit something you want me to do, I will most likely do it unless I don't want to for some reason. There are some things that I am not very interested in covering on this channel that some might be more interested in that I might not cover until I'm more out of ideas. But, thank you so much, Crazy Lyrics, for suggesting this video, and all of you for watching this. It just rolled down the hill. So, I think this is one of the most useful things. Random spawning. Make sure to actually be making a part random spawn. You can't make a model or a tool spawn if it doesn't have position. So anyway, bye everyone! Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and my, that was close! Bye.